All right. Linear relationships. Linear relationship. Between two quantities. Okay. With constant rate of change. Constant. And a linear graph. Okay, which is just a straight line. Linear means straight. Okay. All right, so this is building off of what we did with proportional relationships. Trying to get that where y'all can see it. So we're looking at a table, and we want to see as x increases by what amount. So if we look at x's, what are the x's increasing by every time? And it looks like 2 every time. 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8. So that is increases by 2. And then what is the y doing? What's happening with the y? Well, it's decreasing. How much is it decreasing by? By negative 15 each time. Okay, so as x increases by 2, y decreases by negative 15 each time. The rate of change is constant. So this relationship is linear. So since it changed the same amount each time, it's going to make a straight line on the graph. If we look at the next one, what it's going up by, on what x is going up by each time, we have 3, 3, and 3. So the x is going up by the same. But if we look at the y's, it's going up by 15, and then 33, and then 51. So as x increases by 3, y increases by a different amount each time. Okay. The rate of change is not constant. So the relationship is not linear. Okay, so if it were to be graphed, this graph does this. It makes a curved line. It's not straight. Therefore it's not linear. And we're looking at linear relationships. Okay. So if we go down here, it says Antonella's family is going on a trip to visit a museum. Each person must pay an admission fee of $12. In addition, the museum charges a one-time fee of $15 to cover the tour guide. Let's investigate the relationship of total cost to number of people. So if no one goes, if no one shows up, they're still going to charge a one-time fee of 15. So that's 15. And then, so we know that each admission fee is $12 per person. So as a person goes, we're going to add 12. So 15 plus 12 is 27. And then we go to the next one. We're going to add 12 to it. And that is 39. Add 12 for the next person. That is 51. And then just keep adding 12. Okay. All right. It says complete the table, determine the total cost of admission. We did that. So if 5 people go, it's going to cost a total of $75 because you had to pay $12 a person plus the $15 to cover the tour guide. All right. It says graph the data on the coordinate plane. So each of these are just coordinates. So we're going to label this. This is number of people. Oops, sorry. Number of people and total cost. So as the number of people increases, the cost increases. So if we use our points from the table, we have 0, 15, 0, and then go up to 15, just above 12. And then one person is 27, so 24, 27, somewhere in there. 2 people is 39. 3 people is 51. 4 people is 63. And 5 people is 75. Okay, so if I look at that, those dots, they form a straight line. Therefore, it's linear. Does the situation represent a linear relationship? Yes. The graph is linear. And there is a constant rate of change, which is $12. Okay, that's the constant rate at which this price changes. Okay, sorry if you can't see it. Try to back my camera up a little bit. Let's see if I can't get a little bit higher there. Sorry about the shadow. So, yes, graph is linear, and there is a constant rate of change of $12. Okay. All right. Number 4 says, is the situation a proportional linear relationship? Well, what do we remember about what a proportional relationship graph looks like? Well, it must go through the origin, and it must be a straight line. So does this graph go through the origin? No. So this is not proportional. Does not go through origin. So it doesn't have the same constant ratio. Because from here to here, it went up 15. And then the rest, it went up 12. So that makes it not constant. All right, the equation that represents the situation is y equals 12x plus 15. Explain why the number 12 is multiplied by x. Well, x is representing the number of people. So $12 is the cost per person, x. Is that x is the number of people, 12 is, so we take 12, multiply it times the number of people, that gives us that cost, but then we have to add the $15 fee. Okay. And if you can't get all this at one time, you can pause and rewind. All right, let's go over to the back. And we're going to graph the equation, okay? We're going to graph the linear relationship. We're going to set up a table that gives us coordinates, and then we're going to put those coordinates on the graph. So using this equation, y equals 2x plus 1, we're going to create a table here. So if I just make some x's, start with 0, 1, 2, 3, and let's put a -2 down here. So if I input my x's into the equation, this is 2 times 0 plus 1, 2 times 1 plus 1, 2 times 2 plus 1, 2 times 3 plus 1, and 2 times -2 plus 1. So if I work this out, 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 6 plus 1 is 7. 2 times -2 is -4. -4 plus 1 is -3. So now I can make my ordered pairs. I have 0, 1. 1, 3, 2, 5, 3, 7, and -2, -3. Okay, took my equation, put the input into x, that gives me y. Use the x and the y to create my coordinates. Now I use my ordered pairs to put into my graph. So 0, 1, 1, 3, 2, 5, 3, 7 is going to be up here, so we're going to use the -2, -1. Okay, so if I use a ruler to connect my points, I get a straight line. Always put arrows on your end of your lines because they go for forever, infinity in both directions. I get a straight line. This line is linear, but it is not proportional because it does not go through 0, 0. Okay, let's go to the next one. Y equals x minus 3. I'm going to put in let's use the point x is -3, -1, 1, and 3. So this is -3 minus 3, -1 minus 3, 1 minus 3, and 3 minus 3. -3 minus 3 gives me -6. -1 minus 3 is -4. 1 minus 3 is -2, and 3 minus 3 is 0. So I get the points: -3, -6, -1, -4, 1, -2, 3, 0. So now I use those points to create a graph. -3, -6 going to be off my chart here. So we'll come back to it. So see, -3, see there's 5, 6 is probably about right there. So then I have -1, -4, 1, 2, hold on, oops, 1, -2, excuse me, and 3, 0. Use my, don't count that one, don't put that one. Use my ruler, get it. Gosh. Draw a straight line. It does make a straight line, therefore it is linear. It does not go through the origin, therefore it's not proportional. All right, let's look at the next one. Y equals negative 3x. We're going to use the points, or x's, negative 2, negative 1, 0, and 1. Negative 3 times negative 2, negative 3 times negative 1, negative 3 times 0, negative 3 times 1. That gives me the output of 6, 3, 0, and negative 3. That gives me the ordered pairs negative 2, 6, negative 1, 3, 0, 0, 1, negative 3. So I can use these ordered pairs now to create my graph. Negative 2, 6 is going to be up here somewhere. I'm not going to do that one. I'm just going to run into the other one. So negative 1, 3, and then 0, 0, and then 1, negative 3. So if I use my ruler, gives me a straight line, and this does go through the origin, so this is proportional. Okay, let's go to the next page. Sorry I have to go so fast, but I gotta watch the video time. All right, last page. More linear relationships. Health Club charges $20 per month. Okay, for membership fees plus a $45 enrollment fee. The equation y equals 20x plus 45 describes the total cost y for x months. So the total cost is y over here on our graph, and x is the number of months. Represent the linear equation with a graph. Then determine the number of months if the total charge is $125. So x is number of months, and y is total cost. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to plug those inputs into our equation. Y equals 20x plus 45. So 20 times 1 is 20. 20 plus 45 is 65. 2 times 20 is 40. 40 plus 45 is 85. 3 times 20 is 60. 60 plus 45 is 105. 4 times 20 is 80. 80 plus 40 is 125. So if I plot these points, it's just 165, 285, 3, 105, 4, 125. So 1 go up to 65 is probably about right in there. 285 is going to be probably right in there. 3, 105 just above 100. And then 4, 125 is there. So that does give me a straight line. Okay, straight lines. Oh, sorry. I just plotted these points. 160, 165, 285, 3, 105, 4, 125. Connected it with a straight line. I know my line's not perfect. That's okay, though. So this is linear, and it says determine the number of months and the total charge is 125. Well, we have that answer right here. It's 4 months. Months. Okay, let's go to the next one. Juliana wants to remodel her bathroom. Materials will cost her $500, and the contractor charges $40 per day. The equation, y equals 40x plus 500. This is to cost her a one-time cost and then $40 per hour. All right, represents the amount of money needed for X number of hours. X number of hours worked by the contractor. Represent this linear equation with a graph. How much money would it cost if it took the contractor 12 hours to completely remodel the bathroom? So X is number of hours. Y is total money charged. All right, we're going to make, here's our equation. Y equals 40x plus 500. We're going to make a t-table with our equation in it, x and y. This is 40x plus 50. We're going to use 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So 40 times 1 is 40. 40 plus 500 is, so if we plug it in, 40 times 1 plus 500, that equals 540. 40 times 2 plus 500, that equals 580. 40 times 3 plus 500 equals 620. And then 40 times 4 plus 500 is 660. So if you notice, how much did it go up each time? It went up 40. That is a constant rate of change. From 1 on. If we put 0 to 5, so if I put 0, 40 times 0 is 0 plus 500, so it would jump up 5 to 40. So all right, so our starting point is going to be at 500 because at 0, it's 500. This little squiggly line means there's a break in the graph. Okay, so if I use these points, 1, 540, 1, 540, 2, 580, 3, 620, and then 4, 660. Pick up my ruler. Okay, I can then use my ruler to form a straight line. Therefore, it is linear. Okay, that's the notes for today. You do have some work to do after this. If you need to go back and watch the video again, go back and watch the video again to make sure you get all your notes filled out. Have a good day.